Hi guys,
Hey,
it's me, the Alpha Empath, and I have Miss Tanisha. You want me to give people your last name?
sure.
So which one you using these days? Because you know you be changing them. Which one you using?
Herod.
Okay, so I have with me today Miss Tanisha Harrod, and I can't really talk about nothing because I don't even want to say my damn last name. I don't even feel associated with it.
I know when I was trying to email you, I was like, okay, do I send this one or this one?
Uh-uh, uh-uh. That's not even the motherfucking point, okay? I'm not associated with that name, okay? I'm kind of like,
Okay.
look, I am, and I know what I am, but the name right now, we having issues right now, okay?
See,
But
I get it.
you get it, okay, okay. So
I get it.
today in the Vagina Monologues, we are going to be talking about heterosexual women that love penis but hate men. That's what we're
Hmm.
going to be talking about today. And I'm sure many of you girls may not understand what we're talking about right now, but you will in time. You will in time. So today we're not speaking about what's going on with my vagina. Mm-mm, mm-mm. We're talking about what's going on with Tanisha's vagina. Yeah. Cause she always got something. She always all up in my goddamn business. We finna get all up in her gravy today, okay?
Oh.
So, Tanisha, since you came up with this concept, go ahead and tell the viewers what you talking about.
So it was my daughter that pointed it out to me. I've been divorced for a long time. And so my kids haven't really seen me with men too many. Well, they see me date and go out and stuff, but they haven't seen me like any concrete relationships like since I was married, which has been a long time. I've been divorced over 15 years. So my kids are like, wow, you don't really do much. And they're like, well, mom, why don't you get remarried? And so they like, my daughter just said, you know what? You don't want to get married, remarried because you're too, or she said, overly independent. And she said, Mama, you are a heterosexual woman that hates men. She said, but you like penis. Because, I always say positive things about sex. But she said, and I was like, what? No, I don't hate men. And then I got to thinking and thinking. I said, oh shit, she might be on to something. I don't hate them. But she said, think about, do you really like them? What do you like about them? What do you need from one? And so I said, well, so I asked her to give me the bullet points. And so the bullet points was this. This is what my daughter told me as we went to this. And I told her, I said, since you think this is an actual concept, I need you to name it. And she decided to name it the Medusa complex. And she talked about the history of Medusa, which I didn't even know. And she said, well, Medusa was this extremely beautiful goddess. She was the most beautiful goddess. And she was raped by Poseidon. And so Athena decided, she was a little pissed. So she cursed her, but she cursed her also to protect her from men. So, we have this image of Medusa with multifaceted female that men are afraid of, or men don't even come at her. And it's so many things when you go into the symbolism of Medusa that I can't even go into. I don't even have the insight on it. But I thought about the fact that men had done her wrong, and she didn't necessarily hate them, but
She
they
did
have.
hate him. Keep it real. She did hate him. She was raped and she was violated by a man because of her beauty.
Right.
And that has happened to several women. Several women.
Tons.
Tons of women. And not just women, it has happened to little bitty girls.
Mm,
Some pedophile will come along and see a little girl that he thinks is sexy or sensual, and he will molest her or rape her because he thinks she is an object of sex, or he will think that she's beautiful, and he will do a power play to bring her under submission.
right.
And when that happens, it does create what Tanisha and I are calling the Medusa complex. When you understand, you sometimes end up using sex in a vindictive manner.
Hmm.
You end up using it in a vindictive manner. And me personally, I have had this complex. In fact, I have been called Medusa. I have been called Medusa because don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. But as women, if you know how to, or if you understand the art of being a woman, you know how to influence a man to
Right.
do your bidding. You do. And there was a man, a businessman, a very prominent businessman, and he needed a meetup with a man. He needed a meetup with another man that he thought that he could do potential business with. And he called me talking about, I don't know how I can get that meetup. I don't know. This man keeps avoiding me. I don't think he's ever going to meet with me. And I said, I can get him. And he said, I don't think you can get him. I said, yeah, I can get him. I can get him. And I got him. I got him. Okay. And they ended up having this meeting. And the first businessman that wanted the meeting, he called me back and he said, uh, the next time I see you, I'm not looking you in your eye.
Mm.
I was offended. I said, why would you say that to me? And he said, I don't know what kind of voodoo you put on old boy, but when he came to meet with me, I recognized that the objectives that he was discussing in the business meeting were not his objectives, they were yours. And
Right.
he said, I'm afraid to look you in the eye because I don't want you to do that shit to me. Now,
Mm.
so he called me Medusa. He called me Medusa. Um, and I was offended, but shit, here's the thing. Beauty is a tool that women use to kind of get what they want. And shallow men, let's be honest, they go only after that. And if a woman only can use her beauty to get what she wants and she has no other tools in her tool chest and you are going only after that, then shit, you being shallow, so don't get mad at her because she's shallow. Don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that because every goddamn morning I wake up and I ain't the only one. You do too, Tanisha. How many what you doing beautiful shit do you wake up to in your goddamn inbox? How much? How much? What you doing beautiful? Thinking about you beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. I'm telling you, I get so tired of hearing that motherfucking shit. I get so tired of hearing it. Now, my little sub, the man that wanted me to be his dominatrix, now he done took it to another motherfucking level. This morning, he said, "Good morning, my Amazonian enchantress."
Oh, damn, that's different.
That's different. That's what I said.
I like that originality.
Yeah, that's original. And when he said that, I got to looking at all these good morning, what you doing, beautifuls, and I'm like, nah, y'all gonna have to step up y'all motherfucking game. I have been
Right.
called an Amazonian enchantress.
Oh, damn, he stepped it up good.
He stepped it all the motherfucking way up. I don't know.
So
I don't know what these other men gonna do.
I like that.
I do too. I do too.
Oh, that is
Now
deep.
I said I was gonna leave him alone, but shit,
No,
what
you're
the fuck?
not.
What the fuck?
You're intrigued.
I'm intrigued again. God.
You're intrigued, and that's okay. But when you spoke about what you just said about when you wake up in the morning and now just like they got to bring more, that goes along with the other thing that she said. She said, "Mom, you are overly independent, which is a
Yeah.
trauma response."
Ooh, let's talk about that. Let's unpack
She's
that a little bit.
yeah. So being overly independent is a trauma response where you kind of outsource yourself or you make yourself super busy, you make yourself super you take care of all of your own needs so you don't need a man. You may want one, but you don't need one. And part of that trauma response is because of what it could be. I don't know, it could be whatever it was in your childhood, but she pointed out that mine was because I didn't like my childhood home or what went on in my childhood home, whether it was the way my mom was treated by men in the childhood home or the way I felt my own feelings towards men. But it's so that is where I'm in my own space. I could create it and do what I wanted. And one of those things was to become successful enough where I don't need a man. Now you have the ability to pick how you want, to pick him, to choose him at the litter of what you want, what you desire, what fits you. Like when
And
we
she
had our,
called that overly independent.
that's what she called it. You made yourself overly independent.
Okay, I'm going to
And
disagree. I'm going to disagree with that. I'm going to
okay,
completely disagree with that. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you
okay.
why. Your baby girl is young right now.
Oh yeah.
She's young and she pretty as all get out. She is just the cutest little thing, but she is young. And if you look at this from a spiritual perspective, you can either have the belief that you come here unwhole, or you can
Mm,
have the spiritual perspective that you come here whole. Now, I used to believe that I was unwhole and it was my job to find the missing pieces to my puzzle. That is what I
right.
believe. And because I believe that, I'm going to be honest with you. When I believe that, I really question whether I should buy a home. Because if I bought my own home, then I would find myself being seen as unattractive to a potential mate because I didn't need him enough, or I was
Hmm.
too independent, or I was too capable. However, when I took on the belief that I am whole and I am a goddess, or if you a man, you a god. But when I took on that paradigm, I said, I have every right to take care of myself to the best
Yeah,
of my ability, 100%, and still say I need a man because I can be at 100% health, meaning nothing missing, nothing broken, and maintain my health by saying I still need human connection. See,
absolutely.
women have been taught that you have to stay broken in order to validate your need for a fucking man. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that. See, we need to create a paradigm where a woman can say, I am good by myself. I'm going to teach my daughters to be good by themselves. But in order to maintain my health, my holistic health, I also understand that I need human interaction. I also understand that I need masculine contact. I also need to understand that although I am healthy, I am a human and I just need a fucking hug.
Yeah, absolutely. So then I asked her, and I was like, so give me some reasons why you don't like men.
She like me, and it's your ass. It's not her. It's you.
Well, I couldn't think of none. I was like, I couldn't think of why I did. I
Oh,
know
why you did like them?
why I do or why I don't. And so she said, well, mom, this is a husband is just like having another child.
I
And
can.
I think there are some men that think that about women, but
Yes.
I definitely could see where she was coming from. And she said our Caucasian sisters deal with that even more.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have the husband that's like raising another child.
Yeah. They do, but they have been taught that. They have been taught that, and we kind of need to evolve out of that paradigm. In our
Hmm.
spirits, nothing is missing, nothing is broken. We are all gods and goddesses, and I ask you to take on your crown. Embrace it. Do those things. You can be a complete woman without a man and still say, I want human connection. Think about how stupid this is. Think about how stupid this is. We can have a refrigerator full of food, it is fully stocked. And yet, every day, we can go out working out, we can go out breathing air, and we can still say, in order to maintain this level of health, I also need to drink my water. I also
Hmm.
need to exercise. I also need to eat right. I also need to have healthy communication. We have not built a model within this system that says that a healthy woman, a woman that is capable of 100% taking care of all of her needs, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically, can still say she needs more. It's this paradigm that women have to be broken in order to be married. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. And I don't teach that. I don't teach that.
Hmm.
However, I do respect what your daughter is saying. And I think
Hmm.
that it is one stage. And I used to think like that. But I cannot teach that in all honesty to my daughter because I would
Right.
shit to my son. What I teach my son, uh, don't learn how to cook. Don't learn. Yeah, what? No, think about this. What I teach my son: don't learn how to cook. Don't learn how to clean. Do not know learn how to nurture your own babies, because if you do, you won't be needed by a
You
woman.
know what? You wouldn't, but in the past, in the older generations, that is exactly what they taught because the mom did it all.
But but that's what I'm talking about, Tanisha.
Right,
That's
right,
exactly what I'm talking about. We need to evolve out of that, because we
right.
have this paradigm, and then when these women marry these men, then they come to me and they're like, "Fix him. Stop believing the fucking concept.
Right.
Stop believing that."
So then she goes and she said, women don't need men she said, there's absolutely no reason that a woman needs a man. She's just saying, if technically not even for testosterone or whatever. She said, they can take that from the bones of a man or whatever. She just like, just not pretty much anything that a woman. And I said, well, wait a minute. Then this is so funny. I said, what about security?
Okay.
She said, oh yeah, mama, you do need somebody to protect you. She said, from other men.
Okay. 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 Um.
So now she has made men almost the supervillain. Like she made them like they're harmful. Like she made men, and to some of the level, because they are the source of most women have experienced trauma from men. She has made it out that men cause trauma and they're something to be feared.
Okay. Let's unpack
If
that
that
a
makes
little bit,
sense. Hmm.
because that's really what the Medusa complex really comes from. It
Hmm.
comes from trauma that has been
Right.
dished out onto women or female energy by other men. And
Hmm.
we end up, because I mean, listen, ladies, even though we may not like a man, our body can like them, even though consciously we don't. Or let me be real, the vagina can like them, even
Right.
though consciously our heart don't want to have shit to do with them. Our mind doesn't want to have shit to do with them. We don't want them in our space. And I dealt with that. I dealt with that. But you're gonna have to heal yourself. You're
There
gonna
you
have to
go.
heal yourself. And let me just be real. I think black men are my personal preference, but I think that they are the most beautiful men on the planet. I do. Goddamn shit. Jesus, Herbert Mercantile. Them motherfuckers,
They're addicted.
they are so motherfucking addicting. But my trauma came from
Black
black
man.
men.
Mhm.
I was not raped or molested or physically beaten by white men, brown men, Asian men. All of my trauma stemmed
Black.
from black men. So I found myself in a little bit of a conundrum. And here's the conundrum: the very thing that violated me, the very thing that caused me harm and pain, I also find to be the most beautiful thing as far as the masculine energy is concerned, the most beautiful thing on the planet. So, what I ended up doing is objectifying the beauty in black men like they objectify the asses in black women. I said, I want the dick. I wanna sample this motherfucking beautiful smile. You know they be having them white teeth with them big ass lips and they be smiling and grinning and shit. Girl, I can't stand it. But yeah,
Yeah.
they have
Yeah.
that. So and let me be honest with you, and Tanisha, you've seen me. When men get
Hmm.
on my call, the first thing my mind goes to is, oh my God, look at his face. That looks like a throne for a queen to sit on. That is the first thing I think. And I'm not right. I'm not right. And I know I'm dealing with that. I know that I'm dealing with that. But I started healing from it. I started healing from it when a lot of black men started pursuing me and calling me Black Queen. Oh shit. Let me make sure. Let me see who up on here. Tanisha, can you see if any man is listening to us right now? Oh, it's just 6 people. Okay, so yeah, there ain't no men listening to us. Okay, so when all these black men, these hotep men, them hotep men,
Hmm.
um, Black Queen, you need to be over here with your Black King and all this shit, and the white man is against us, and blah 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 blah. Now I understand their trauma. I do. I do. I've studied my history. I have bonded with it. I accept it. Okay. However, my trauma was different than theirs.
Right.
It was different than theirs. And I was saying, how dare you? How dare you? When I started saying that I'm going to date a white man or I'm going to date an Indian man, how dare you have something to say to me when I have never been with anything other than a black man ever?
Because you've been conditioned to
Yes,
only date. I mean, that's just for a black woman. That's the truth. That's another bullet point that baby girl gave me. She said black women are conditioned to mostly like black men.
yes. And if we step outside of that, it doesn't matter if our trauma was associated with the thing that we've been conditioned to be loyal to. It does not matter. We are perceived as traitors. Traitors. If
Mhm.
we even have a thought to say, let me seek my healing outside of the thing that has caused me trauma.
Right.
If we even consider it, and I say bullshit, bullshit. Now, I've never had white chocolate, Asian chocolate, Indian chocolate, but that don't mean I ain't gonna try to. I'm gonna motherfucking try to. And any of them motherfucking hotep men got something to say, y'all can kiss this black queen's ass. Yes, that is what I just said. That is what I just said. Now y'all sexy, but y'all can kiss my
They
ass.
gotta understand the only thing stopping me, now I ain't gonna lie to you, is most of men that if they're gonna be my age, other races my age don't look as good as black men do at this age. And I'm sorry, they age differently. And I'm just not trying to be sitting up there with somebody who look like my papa. That's my hang up. I mean, that is it. Literally,
I got you.
that's the only hang up.
I got
Otherwise,
you.
I'd be all the way over there.
I got you. I got you. But if we are going to heal from this Medusa complex, ladies, let me tell you how you heal from it. You're going, and I know it's going to hurt, but you're going to have to understand uh, the complex nature of humanity. And you're going to have to dig down deep into your psyche and understand all aspects of your own soul, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And when you can recognize your own darkness and what it has done to another person, then you can be able to forgive the trauma that a man has given you. Listen, um, when I stopped playing the victim, when I stopped playing the victim, because women like being victims, we really do. And we play that shit well too. But when I stopped, or when I evolved out of the role of the victim, and I
Mhm.
recognized the hurt that I gave my older children, not intentionally, but I hurt my older children. When I recognized the neglect that I gave my older children, because after I had worked hard all day to take care of them, I didn't have time to nurture them and nourish them because I just wanted to go to sleep. When I recognized that neglect. Now, for the most part, when a woman is when she hurts people, her hurt is not going to be in the physical realm. That's kind of a masculine arena. So they rape and they overpower and shit like that. But there is a feminine counterpart, and it's in the mama who hears her
Mhm.
baby screaming at the top of her lungs. And she shuts her emotions off, and she will not allow herself to feel the pain that's in her baby's voice. It's the same thing. And I know y'all may not want to hear this, but it's the truth. It's the same thing. And it's easy to look at men and call them the villains and vilify them because what they do is easily seen. They represent that which is seen, they represent that which is physical. This is why they have a penis facing on the outward, and we have a
Right.
vagina that's on the inside.
She
Our
pulled
shit,
out more things that led to that, like the visible part. She said, men, and this is baby girl was on one. She said, men think they babysitting their own damn kids.
what do you mean?
She
What do you
just
mean?
saying that's the some of the things, the flaws. She was going into the flaws of men and the ways that they still physically outwardly can hurt a woman. Like, and why are you babysitting? Why do you think it's babysitting your own kids? And
Yeah.
she said, they lie just because the sky is blue. She said men lie for absolute. They don't have to have a reason at all. At all, they just lie. And she said women usually will lie for a reason to cover something or whatever. They have a purpose behind it. But she said they just lie to be lying. She was on one.
You know what? We all have a reason to lie.
They should.
No, no, they do. It's always a spiritual reason. It may be to boost their ego. It may be because they feel insecure in an area and they need to bolster their confidence. We all have a reason
Mhm.
for lying. We all have a reason for lying. But let me go back because we're about to end this show. We've been on here 25 minutes, Tanisha, just bumping our damn
Dang.
gun. I know, right? And I didn't even post this in the right goddamn room. Girl, I posted this in the private group. I posted this in the
That's
private
why
group.
we ain't getting nobody on there.
Yeah, what the fuck was I thinking? But that's okay. I'll share it in the other group. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
So we have Miss oh my God. Nakima said she's right about it though. Unsolicited lying asses. Nakima,
For
Nakima,
no reason.
Nakima. I know you believe they be lying for no reason, but they actually have probably an emotional reason why they're lying, but they're so out of tune with their emotions, they don't even know the emotion that's making them lie. They have a reason though. I
Ooh, that's
promise.
just stretching for an excuse, though. I get it. I'm
Ain't no
trying.
if you understand human consciousness, you're gonna understand that when people lie, it's because they don't know a part of themselves that needs to be revealed. When you acknowledge the godhood or the goddessness that you are, you the line gonna fucking stop. It's gonna
Right.
fucking stop. So when they are doing a lot of lying, just recognize you have a person that don't know who the fuck they are.
Right.
That it is what it is. When a man knows who he is, he don't gotta be doing all that motherfucking lying. He just gonna fucking tell you. He
There you
gonna
go.
tell you. Oh my God. Natasha talking about narcissistic asses. Okay,
Right.
okay. Yes, Natasha. Yes, Natasha. Men
Those
do
two.
tend to be more narcissistic than women. They do because the society that we have created caters to that. Actually, our society builds narcissists. It does. But let me
Mm.
tell you something. Uh, ain't nobody a better narcissist than a woman.
No, she's the worst one.
She's the worst motherfucking one. Because
It's
you
the
ain't
most
gonna even.
powerful narcissist.
She's a baby.
You take that narcissist and then you put power on top of it. That's what makes the female narcissist that bitch.
She's worse.
Just
Let me
literally
tell you something,
that bitch.
Natasha. Yes. I birthed me a female narcissist. I birthed me one, baby. And let me tell you something. Yeah, you get a female
A
narcissist.
female narcissist.
She will have all the men narcissists in the corner crying, sucking their thumbs with their dick tucked between their butt cheeks. That's what she will do. You don't understand. You do not understand the power of a female narcissist. Narcissistic men think they be on some shit. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no.
Yeah. You're
So
gonna have to do a whole class on the female narcissist. That's gonna be another session.
yes. Nakima says she's with Tanisha.
Yes. But before we end this, I had two more points that baby girl said that was
Go ahead,
deep.
Tanisha.
This one she talking about, and I think everybody can relate. She talked about how relationships get exhausting. She said for women, relationships get exhausted because they mold themselves to their current partner.
That's
And we
exactly
do.
right. We do. And why do women do that? Why do women, as soon as they get motherfucking married, they forget everything about themselves, and now they love everything that their husband does. They love the food
I,
that he loves. Why do they do that?
I think that's that natural help me instinct. We all have it in us a little bit. The natural, come on now. If he doing something right, if he laying it right, if he doing it right, you will take your ass in there and cook. You will, help him with his business. We want him to do good. We don't intentionally
No,
just
no,
want
I
him to
get
fuck
that.
up. And so because we want him to do good, we want him to be successful, we get engulfed in building him up. And
I get
and
that.
fucking
I
don't manage what we need to.
I
And so
get
she's
that
saying
part.
that overly independent woman that she's trying to give and that, but what happens is she becomes what I call a spiritual symbol. And a spiritual symbol is you've interacted with so many damn people and you pulled out and pulled in their energies. So now you try to be a poetry person, you trying to be an artist, you trying to be this, you trying to be that, and you don't even know who the fuck you are because all the men you've been with, you've taken on all their attributes.
That's good. That's a good point, Tanisha. So
Mhm.
me personally, and you know how I am about marriage. You know how I'm not one of these women that's like
I'm with
get
you.
married, get married, get married, get married. I'm not like that. First, the first marriage that you have is the marriage to your own self.
Right.
Because if you don't marry your own self, you're going to forget who the fuck you are when you marry him.
Mhm.
And I've done it. I got married, and all of my dreams, all of my aspirations, all of my ambitions were submitted to what my husband wanted. And that caused death to my soul.
Right.
It caused me to spiritually start dying.
And that exhaustion causes stress, and then stress turn into physical shit like strokes.
It does. I had four strokes. I had four strokes. Um, After I got divorced, I allowed myself to pull back all the pieces of myself that I had surrendered in order to be his wife. I made being his wife my God.
Mm.
That is what I did. And ladies, I don't recommend that shit. Talking
No.
about you submitting. No, you selling your motherfucking soul. That's what you doing. Well, I'm submitted to my husband. No, bitch. You don't know who the fuck you are, and you sold your motherfucking soul for a 2 carat ring. That's what you did. And some
Wow.
of y'all don't even have 2 carat rings. Y'all got diamond dust. But if y'all happy with it, I fucking love it. I'm not gonna say nothing about it. But that's just real. That's just real. Now, Tanisha, we didn't win 31
I
minutes.
know. I
We gotta
know.
go. We gotta go. Okay. So yes, you guys, we love you guys. If you want to hear more about the Vagina Monologues, you either need to like my page, the Alpha Empath Coaching, or you need to sign up for the Evolution of an Empath. It is a Facebook group. Tanisha and I had decided we weren't going to do the Vagina Monologues in the Facebook group, but we decided today that we are. So, love you guys, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.